Okay, guys, if we are trying to... We're looking at this table and we're trying to find the equation. What do we do? Yes, you go stat and you go to edit and you want to input all of these points. Now, what goes in our first list? All your x's, right? So we have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what goes in our second list? Your y's in the exact same order, right? So we have 6, 0, -4, -6, -6, -4, 0, 6. Then what do you hit? Stat. Over to calc. Go to quadratic. This is a quadratic because I told you it is. Now, what fancy do we do to make sure that this shows up on a graph? You store it. How do I store it? How do you store it in the calculator? Nope, not second trace. Alpha trace. And your y should pop up and you hit y1. And then you hit calculate and it gives you your equation, which is y equals x squared. Now, if it's a 1, we don't have to put the 1, right? So you did something wrong. X squared minus x minus 6. Making sure we put y equals in front. I'm grading the pre-AP tests right now, and a lot of them are forgetting y equals still. So you guys don't make the same mistake. Remember your y equals. What is the vertex? Okay, so if I look at this on the graph, now some of your windows may be screwed up, right? Yours may not look the same as mine. Why is that? No.
Because you did it wrong.
No.
Wasn't the vertex in there?
What could be different between your graph and my graph? The window size. Listen, Grayson. The difference between mine and yours may be the window. So what you can do is go to zoom and hit standard, which is 6. And it'll bring it back to normal. There.
Oh. There we go.
Right? So now, I'm trying to find the vertex. Where on this graph is the vertex?
The middle.
Yeah, the middle thing. The change in direction. Now, this vertex, is it a minimum or a maximum point? How do we know it's a minimum? It's the lowest point, right? It's the lowest point. That translates into the minimum. How, using a calculator, can we find a minimum point? Second trace. And what do we hit? No? Minimum. 3. Now, what does left bound mean? It's first asking me for left bound. Got to get to the left. Get to the left of the vertex. It's already there. You press enter. Right bound. What does that mean? Got to get to the right. So you move over to the right, anywhere to the right, and hit enter. So we hit second trace, and we went to minimum. Left bound means get to the left of it. Right bound means get to the right of it. Guess means get right on that vertex, and press enter. We should have gotten 0.499999823, which is really close to what? What would that round to?
30.
What?
823.
0.49999.
I said 29.
It rounds to 0.5. So my x value here is 0.50 or 1/2. You can write as a fraction. I would much prefer it as a fraction. And then negative 6.25. What is that in fraction form? 6 6.25. What is that in fraction form? 25/4. Now, for you guys, I won't mark off whether you leave it as a decimal or a fraction. In pre-AP, I do. But you should get in the habit of writing your answers in fraction form. Now, this is our vertex. It is also our what? What is it? Minimum. 0.5 or... So it is also our minimum point. So I just write it again. Any questions here? Yes.
So if that's the vertex, then on the graph, it's a 0, -6 as the head. And like on the graph, it says 0, -6, and then when you did it in the calculator, you got 1/2.
Ah, there are 2 points at -6. This is not our vertex. It's going like this, and it's giving us at 0, at an x value of 0, it's at -6. So this is 0, -6. This is 1, -6. Our vertex is between them. The table doesn't give us our vertex. That's why we have to find it. Okay? Any other questions? All right.